guys, welcome to my channel. So this is a reading for the sign of Pisces. Pisces, my readings are timeless, so when you see them, it's when you meant to hear them. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, please don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you can get alerts when my videos are posted. Pisces, if you wish to donate to my channel, all the links are in the description box down below. So that's Pisces. Let's get into this reading. All right, Pisces, so I literally just woke up. There is no candles. There is no nothing. And honestly, I don't even think I got, I don't think I woke up on my own. I feel like I got pulled up out of my sleep, okay? I was up late and adding in videos, doing content, okay? Because I done stepped up my game on everything. So the message that I was getting is something is being lost in transition. The message is being lost in transition. So messages are being given and they're either being lost. Okay, so these are the scenarios. One, subconscious mind, you're dreaming. So somebody's trying to connect with you and give you messages as you're dreaming. Somehow it's not happening. Something about music, you're being given songs and somehow the message is being lost during transmission, so the song that I kept hearing was, it's a song, I don't know if it's a TikTok song. You know that I'll be there for the highs and lows, give you mine when your heart turns cold, something, whatever. I don't know, because I don't even know the song. I just keep hearing it in passing. So something about highs and lows. I think that's the name of the song anyway, though. So something about that song is important, or just basically whatever the concept of the song is. Somebody wanting to be there for the highs and lows. But then on the other side of that, I got somebody's mad that you're walking away because they thought that you would always be there for them. Like you was supposed to keep getting tortured and everything else in the process while this person was learning to grow up. Something about the internet. The person is basically trying to connect with you over the internet, trying to maybe send you messages. I don't even know if you're on social media like that or whatever. So I think that something is happening in your inbox or something. Like maybe it is to the tune of they're sending messages, you're not getting the messages or something. Let me fix this. Alright, sorry about that, y'all. Alright, because like I said, I wasn't prepared. It's just, I'm just here, okay? Being a messenger. So that could be a thing too. You listening to me, or it being given to somebody else, and the whole message is not being given, whole message is not being transmitted. Either way, the whole message is not being received. So somebody's trying to connect with you. Somebody wants to tell you something, but it's like that thing. You know how they teach you the whisper thing in school, and then once it gets to the person at the end, it's not the same. The message ain't the same. So apparently, a message somehow is not being transmitted properly, or it's not being received on the end where it's supposed to be at. And y'all, I'm sorry if this is just like, you know what I mean, because I'm turning on lights, because literally I sat down because I'm like, the longer I laid there, it was more or less like, okay, I was forgetting it. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I don't even know if that might be the thing about it, that you're being told the situation and then you're forgetting it as you wake up or as you going about your day, because it was giving me subconscious mind, something about subconscious mind. The situation is in bad health, thoughts in bad health. See what I'm saying? You and somebody. Oh, what was the other thing? Let me think. It was somebody's perspective about a situation is out of balance, or unreasonable, or Either way, the person don't know what they talking about, basically, is all I'm getting. Because the person thinks something's one way, but the person don't realize there's a whole lot of other stuff happening also. I'm getting somebody trying to use your stuff to help their stuff. Or trying to use you to help somebody else, another situation. Like, something is weird here, because either way, the point of this whole entire ordeal is the messages are being lost. The messages are not being transmitted all the way. The messages are not being received properly. So for some reason, I'm getting two thoughts here, because I'm getting one, somebody loving you, somebody wanting to talk to you, somebody wanting to say they love you, or somebody trying to prepare you for, oh, that's what it is. Somebody's trying to prepare you for something. Next phase of your life, a circumstance that you're going through, but the messages are not coming through properly, and it's being lost in transmission. All right, Nautilus Princess, powerful personal growth. So you growing up, you developing, you doing what you need to do in order to ascend and become the person that you're meant to be, following your life's purpose, doing the things that you need to do. Nautilus, that card keeps coming up, and so does that one. I think in the past readings I done for you, these cards might have came up at least 3 or 4 times. Nautilus, for some reason, is giving me navigation, which is giving me exactly what I just said. I don't know if Nautilus is the same, because I never looked it up from the time when I did before, but now I'm going to look it up, because for some reason I'm getting navigation along with it. So, and also sea, so something about the ocean. Planes, trains, and automobiles, and all I was getting was as I seen the sea, or as I seen the sea. That wasn't it though, but apparently something about what you're seeing things not clearly or improperly, or somebody seeing things not clearly or properly. But also as I was seeing the sea, like somebody trying to direct you, and for some reason now I'm feeling like the conversation or situation is so much more deeper than what you think or that you know. Something is emotional. Somebody's emotional, because ocean, waves, watery. Somebody's crying. And somebody's trying to get you to understand. So, but somebody's trying to direct you in a certain way too. And it's like the messages just are not coming, because for some reason I'm getting somebody's being blocked. Something is being blocked. The reception is being blocked. It's like somebody trying to tell you something, but some other people are blocking the signal, blocking the reception. So you got a person trying to guide you, direct you. Then you got some bad behavior, maliciousness, some witchcraft spells being done, trying to block you. And I said this yesterday, it's like you really being navigated through the dark, and you have to trust your intuition here, because somebody's trying to get you not to be able to see the picture, the bigger picture, but you have somebody basically trying to guide you, and then you have others in the middle trying to avoid the corruption. So it's like when I first started with tarot back again, it was so many people, so much energy, so many hands in the pot that it was just chaos, and I just had to go my own way because I didn't trust anybody or anything. And it's almost like that. That's how you got to this situation, because you had to trust your own intuition, and it's like you being guided from a picture. Like that right there, a photograph, your photos, you're missing you, being nostalgic, making new memories. So missing a part of yourself, missing a part of the picture, missing a part of what is happening here, because it's so much deeper. But somebody on the other hand of this is now looking at your pictures, thinking about you, trying to send you, this is also, oh, that was one of the things too. Telepathic messages. So apparently one of these people you're connected to, and y'all can talk back and forth telepathically. So you're not going crazy. That's the person. But you may be new to this, they may be new to this, something is new, or the connection may be new, or y'all realizing that this connection is new. So somehow you're missing it, because I keep hearing missing link. So we're missing the last part of the link or something. I don't know. Either way, it's because it's being blocked. It's being blocked by whoever these little misfit people are. A relationship that you were in, or a relationship that they were in, a karmic relationship. And I know everybody was mad at me on the last reading, I could tell, but I'm just going to deliver the hard things. And I could tell because of the messages, like there was zero, zip, zilch. So I could tell that y'all were mad at me about the people that are close to you. But it is what it is. So I just have to tell y'all what I'm being given. The messages, the reception, something is off and something's being blocked. And it's the people that are the karmic relationships, the situations, is because they don't want you to receive this blessing. They're trying to block you, and that's just it. That's just all. But everything is for you. It will always be for you. It just depends on how long you take to uncover it, because some people have to understand that the reason why they have not received their blessing yet is because of the connections. Those people can't go where you're going. Those people can't have what you have. They're going to do the wrong things with what you obtain or what God gives to you. So it's like you hindering yourself by being in those connections. Somebody's basically trying to make it so you can't see. They're trying to cover you up, because hence the sea, okay? They're trying to make it so you can't see. Ocean vibes, but literally your eyeballs. And sometimes something about your five senses, because it's like listening with your eyes, or hearing with your eyes, or something. I don't know, but something. It's like the senses are off or backwards. So you have to, so technically you're seeing with your eyes closed, all right? So close your eyes, and that's how you navigate. That's how you're navigating. But normally people would think that, okay, you got to use your seeing eyes, your eyeballs up, lids up to see, but technically you're using your third eye to see. So you need to close your eyes and then see what happens from there, okay? Because then they're going to point you in the right direction. So whatever your senses are, as you know, they say when one sense is off balance, the other ones are heightened. So it's like something being shut off, or something needs to be shut off. So we have sunglasses, watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, out of focus. I already said that. So somebody's seeing something, but what they're seeing ain't correct. Their perception is out of focus, and they don't even know what they're talking about. It's like doing something without having a whole picture. So all they knew was what they had before, this or that, but either way, they don't have the full everything that needs to be had in order to get to where it needs to be, you know, where it needs to be done. Then somebody's wearing a mask. We keep talking about this because literally I'm telling you, it's like the urgency is whatever this message is, or whatever you're supposed to be told, or whatever it is that is going to put you 10 steps ahead of the game, the message is being blocked. The reception is off, and to me, it's being blocked by karmics. So somebody like trying to keep you under a spell, or somebody trying to, because the thing I keep getting is the sigil. Somebody wrote a sigil. Somebody wrote a sigil that they don't realize is on fire right now. So somebody wrote a sigil thinking that that was going to hold you, bind you, or whatever, but that sigil is on fire, and that sigil is connected to now their family lineage, and the longer they keep that, whatever it is, up, it's going to go generations and generations and generations. So you're watching, I hope you realize that that's what's happening to you, because the only reason why I would be allowed to say that is because of the fact that you're a fucking cross watcher. So whoever the cross watcher is, I hope that you realize that every spell that you have cast, until you stop, it's basically doing nothing to nobody but burning through your generations. So everybody that comes after you is going to know your name, because you're the loser that fucked up the family. That's your legacy. So you have a soul connection here, a partnership, an agreement, a soul contract. So whoever this person is connected to you And this may be your new soul contract coming in. This may be a contract that you already had because they already know, because God knows everything ahead of time. So I'm getting that there was already a family on the sidelines watching this and waiting, because that's the feeling that I keep getting. The vibe is everybody was already on high alert. They saw this family moving in. They saw this karmic moving in. They saw this situation playing out. So everybody was already moving in. It's like the SWAT team. They set and they get the information and the intel, and they wait 3-4 years before they actually come in and do whatever it is they're going to do to you. But literally, it's like the people, everybody was already put on notice. Like, they heard the phone taps. It's when a person says, oh, my phone sounds like this, I think my phone tapped. But meanwhile, they be laughing and playing and joking. And then later on, that same shit comes to, like, bite them in the ass. And I heard it happen so many times. They thought, or they saw the person sitting across the street watching them. But then they didn't really think that it was that. But now, after you find out you've been under investigation for 3-4 years, and now you done fucked up. So it's like that, but it happens spiritually. So they already saw the fake karmic friend or the fake person, or you were born with this person, because some of y'all is giving me the vibe like they've been around you since you were a baby, because they saw this person was born into your family. You were born under a karmic. You were born under a parent that was going to end up doing something to you. So whereas people are saying they're the black sheep of the family, and you know that, this, that, and the third. So you've been having a team of SWAT angels around you your whole entire life, because they knew that you had to be pulled out of the situation at some point in time, okay? That type of vibe. Don't take it literal, just take what you need and go, okay? So we have strange companions and stranger places, challenges. Use your imagination. Didn't I just say that? It's like closing your eyes and navigating. Anyway, so whatever it is you see, or whatever, use your imagination to get you out of whatever this is. You have spirit animals. You have, it's just a lot. Because to me, it looks like every time I see that card, it's Alice in Wonderland. Eat the mushroom, and then all of a sudden, it's like opening up your third eye. So this might be a spiritual journey that a person is going through. And yesterday, I talked about Dark Night of the Soul. So that could be a thing as well, because of the fact that a lot of people talk about going through the dark night of the soul, but some people don't even realize, like, really what that means. The people who have actually walked and been through the dark night of the soul know good and well that's not a place you really want to be, or sometimes you don't even know how you got there. It's because it's like, and the reason why I'm saying this is because somebody told me one time that people try to trigger the dark night of the soul. Who in their right mind would try to trigger that? Because I didn't even realize I went through the dark night of the soul until I woke up in it. And then it was the most traumatic experience that I ever had in my life. And people died there. They send you thoughts of that. And if you don't know what that is, then that means you ain't been there. They send you, like, a lot of people don't make it out of that because mentally you're warped. So who would try to trigger themselves into going into a place where you don't even know if you're going to be able to navigate out of? When it happened to me, that was the least I least expected that, and I was so triggered by everything. It just, but the point of it is after and like I said, sometimes I still feel like I'm slightly walking a fence. But now I understand that God put me in that position because I had to know what it felt like in order to be able to talk about it to other people, in order to be able to help other people out of it. If you go back to my videos, December the 21st, December of 21, going on into now, I literally went through the dark night of the soul on camera. Like, it was the most, and I wouldn't have chosen that because I'm a very private person. But literally at that time, December 2021, the end of, so after somewhere in there, January 1st, somewhere between that time, December and January, you could tell I was just off. But I ended up being told that I had to go to online, go back to my tarot channel. And literally that whole interaction, from the time I came back to tarot, I was under the dark night of the soul. not knowing what was happening, not knowing how I got there. I pushed everybody away from me because I couldn't trust nobody. I didn't even know what happened to me. I literally glitched in the system. And I'm a person who's been taking care of myself since I was 17 years old. So I play with my logical mind. I didn't know what happened with, well, sure, that's a understatement, because I've been always a spiritual person, but my logical mind always was the thing that kept me steady and sturdy, taking care of myself, making sure that I did this, and this. No matter how mystical or how magical I knew I was firmly rooted. And at that point in time, I was not firmly rooted. I didn't know what happened. But the point of it is that type of vibe. Like, it's a spiritual journey. It's a spiritual thing. And unless you walk that road, and some people may be going through that right now, and that might be the reason why I'm even talking about this, because you're trying to figure out what happened and why this, and, you know, why is it that this is happening, why is it that that's happening, and a whole lot of other stuff, and things just not making sense to you at all, period, and your brain is doing stuff that you never could have done before, because literally I started doing stuff that I never, and spiritually, I started doing stuff that I couldn't do before, and it opened me up. So it opened me up to new gifts, it opened me up to new talents, it opened me up to new thoughts, and I was like a child. Like, I still feel like the same exact way. Life is new to me right now. So that's why it's important for me to get past this divorce and start my new journey, because I haven't even touched or seen the things that I'm about to touch and see. So literally, I'm still, like I said, walking a fine line. So we have poverty here, journey, wealthy man, thoughts, and then bad health. The situation is clearly in bad health. Somebody could be in poverty. Somebody trying to put you in poverty. Somebody trying to put your journey in poverty. Somebody trying to stop you. Somebody trying to interfere with your money, wealthy man. Somebody basically trying to interfere with your thoughts, your thought patterns, the things that you do. Like, it's just a lot going on here, because poverty, mind, mentally, physically, spiritually. A person could be in poverty, or a person trying to put you in poverty, a person trying to stop and hold you back. Somebody trying to figure out, oh, hold on, it was another thing. Because when I said that, it gave me like a thought, my mind, basically somebody trying to put a blanket over you, somebody trying to, and that might also be the thing, because I talked about the sigil, but also it was like trying to interfere mentally with you, trying to make you mentally unstable. So regardless of the fact of you went through the dark night of the soul, for some reason I'm feeling like your dark night of soul triggered somebody else's dark night of the soul. So you and whoever your soulmate is, or y'all people, both of y'all were awakened at the same time. But then it was like somebody trying to cover y'all up, like, don't be aware of this person don't be aware of you. Somebody didn't like that happened, because also the part of the dark night of the soul was, although it was traumatic, it was the most beautiful thing ever in life, and I'm better now because of it, if that makes any sense to anybody. So I wouldn't take it back, but at the time I was thinking, because if you go back to the videos, I was saying, where's my soul tribe? Because I was told by God literally to ask for my soul tribe. My soul tribe still ain't showed up yet. So it's almost like my soul tribe either left and just didn't want to deal with me, or my soul tribe is being hindered or held up by somebody. And I didn't make a judgment or a decision on either thought. I just basically sat with God and continued to do what I was being told and to do. And so this is me now still sitting doing what I'm supposed to do, because to me, I also thought that maybe my soul tribe wasn't around or showing up yet, because of me being held up by a karmic marriage or a karmic relationship, that the person that I thought was my initial twin flame, or my initial person I was supposed to be with, turned out not to be that. And the reason why, because somebody would say, like, how would you mistake a person for being your twin flame? Well, because this person was around me from the time I was younger, and so that's the person that was revealed to me first, and everything fit, but it was a fake design. So I was made aware of that person when I was 14 years old. And so it's weird because it wasn't right, but it was something, a lesson that I had to go through, a lesson that I had to learn. Okay, I learned that lesson. So, and that's the reason why part of the issue with this person is they're throwing a temper tantrum and a fit, trying to get something or take something that they don't even realize, like, you will never lay eyes on me ever again in life. Like, literally, I don't care. And the other part is, what they think is gonna hurt me ain't gonna hurt me. It's like, whatever the decision or the judgment is how I'm gonna know what part of my next phase that I go on. So literally, there's a plan already in either way. But even still, the thing that they're thinking ain't gonna happen. So even if it happens on a lower level or this, that, and the third, however it happens, I can almost promise you that they're thinking that they're going to use something to hurt me or take something away from me or do something. They don't realize, like, I already have the next step already in my brain. God's already given it to me. So that's why when people don't realize, like, if a person tries to do something to you, you have to recognize the silver lining very fast, because there's also something else different in it for you. So this is God's way of saying, this is the next step. This is the detour. This is the way. Because I had to learn that lesson, because there's so much more money in life that I'm going to touch. I'm going to be above and beyond something that I never even thought I would be, and I see it already. Like, I already had the vision of me having to do something on a platform, me walking along and having to tell people, and I have like a thing like stage fright or whatever. So even in school, if I had to stand in front of somebody to say something or do something, I would kind of like, it gives me like a pass out feeling. But my whole entire life, I've known I had to stand up on a stage and talk to people. I've been preparing myself for this my whole entire life, because I'm getting more open to it. Actually, tarot has helped me too, because doing something that I've never done before, and then, this goes out to millions of people, regardless of whether or not it starts this way. Eventually it happens. It goes out to millions of people. And so it's giving me the platform that I need to move into the next phase, the elevation. So God's saying, you would have always put that friend that you thought had your best interest above or in the middle of your relationships and your situation, because nobody couldn't have told me that this person wouldn't have had my back. But literally now this person is throwing a massive temper tantrum and lying and doing all types of other stuff to the tune of, it's cool, I don't care. Just that day, whatever. The part that matters to me is the disconnection, because the minute the disconnection comes is when my life goes up and does what it needs to do. So that connection has to be broken. And so far from what I've known, there's no more people around, because I don't have anybody else from my past that I want to entertain or do anything else with. So that frees me, and then I'm allowed to go. So that made me think that my soul tribe had to wait until I was done, or I had to wait. They might be doing whatever they're doing, but I had to wait for them until I was done with my situation in order for me to move on, in order for us to cross paths. And that seemed very logical to me. So I just did what I needed to do. I stayed in covenant with God. No drinking, no drugs, no sex. Single, celibate, and sober. I've been sitting here with God. So that's why I know that God got me. He's going to cover me. He's going to make sure everything goes the way that it's supposed to go, because of the fact that it's only going to go his way. So no matter what happens, it's only God's way. You see what I'm saying? Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. It's just your perspective on how the situation goes. So the person saying they are trying to make sure my house gets sold and this gets happening and this, that, I don't give a fuck what you're talking about, because at the end of the day, nothing happens without God. Period, point blank. So if God wants that to happen, then it'll happen. If God don't want that to happen, then it won't happen. And I'm going to proceed with my life accordingly. Nothing matters to me except for the day that the judge says you are divorced. That's the only thing that's going to be significant or important. If she said, oh, you got to be stuck with this person, now that would traumatize me. See what I'm saying? Me having to keep the nigga would traumatize me. Nothing else past that is going to traumatize me. I don't want to be connected to that person. I want my energy to be free and released. That person can't have no other tie to me. And although the person is released and untied, but because we are in the 3D, that one little thing that has to be released from the judge is now important in my life. But past that, that motherfucker could go to hell or wherever, and I don't care. And that's not that I got to be nice. No, I don't. All God said is I got to love. I don't got to like what the person does. I don't even got to like the person. I just got to know that not to take that any steps further into, okay, I got to hate the person. No, I don't have to hate you. I don't have to hate you at all, period. I still love the person, actually. I've known that person for a long time, a long portion of my life, more than half the time I've been alive. So at the end of the day, why would I hate that person? No, we just didn't work out. And now I see that our pathways are something different. So you could go do whatever you're doing on one side of the earth. And like I keep telling y'all, and y'all done heard me say it before, me and that person don't even exist on the same earth. We can't, because they're being mean, nasty, and malicious. They want to do this, poke, prod, this, that. Like, that person needs to grow up. So I don't want to be on that frequency of life. I'll let them have that. I don't want to be there. So I'm going to keep elevating. I'm going to keep looking forward. And another thing I was told, don't ever look back. You're going to turn into a pillar of salt. I don't want to be a pillar of salt. So that person's last hurrah for me is, I guess, oh, let me try to do something to her. I don't give a fuck what you try to do. It ain't gonna do nothing but fall back on your mom, your kids, your everybody else, the rest of your lineage, everything else, because you reap what you sow, and every malicious, ugly, nasty thing that you've ever done is gonna fall back on your family. So your grandkids could suffer exactly what you done, because that's what it says, the sins of the mother and father. That's just it. That's just all. So a person may have a poverty mindset. A person may be in bad health. A situation may be in bad health. Either way, your journey is your journey. And what's for you will always be for you. Point blank, period. We have the Queen of Cups here. So being very compassionate, and that's what I just said. So a person trying to do something to you, right? And it's funny because, excuse me, I just heard this morning. They did this whole big rant on Khloe Kardashian and letting Tristan move in after his mom passed away and he had to take on his autistic brother. And Khloe said that she wasn't with him, that basically this is what family does. Family, helps family, right? And so she said that I don't have to treat you the way you treat me. So that's what she was saying, basically, that people don't understand why she still treats him a certain type of way, because we don't have to treat them the way they treat us. We don't have to do them the way they do us. We can still have very high morals, very high standards, very high values. Some people don't have no morals and values. They come from families that don't have that. It's unfortunate for us that we get entangled and tied to these people, but we don't have to treat them the way that they treat us. So I don't have to be malicious to you in no form or fashion. I could just go this way. I could hurt you by leaving and going and dealing with my life. Like, that's all that's going to do, because you're mad. You're mad that I'm not mad. That's bothering you more than anything. So that's what I always think. I'm going to just go be great, live my life, do what I need to do. And whatever you do is on you. Shit. Go with God. Okay, so be open to receive the healing, love, and nurturing that you need. So when your soul tribe comes around, or just being open right now to whoever the people are that are around you, the people that are designed to be there for you. Emotional contentment, emotional stability, people that understand what you're going through, people that can see that there's an issue with you when there's time. It's like they just sense it. They're empathic. Their feelings, your feelings or emotions are just picked up on from these people. So it's like reciprocal energy is what that makes me feel like. Take the methodical approach and you will achieve your dreams. So just keep going, keep moving. Hard work, productivity, routines, being responsible, slow and steady wins the race. So there will be financial growth and achievements and making good investments. So having good morals and values still definitely is important to me. But there's something that may not be, putting money in your pocket right now, but you know that it is good. You know that divine is leading you in that way. You know that this could bring you wealth and fortune. So just keep putting in all the work, okay? All right, so We have strength, courage in the face of opposition, everything that you have gone through. So there's a person targeting you. There's an X on your back, okay? Either way, somebody's trying to stop the messages from coming through because this person is mad and, you know, mean and Cruella de Villish. Either way, that's their problem, not yours. Keep going, because when God wants a message to come through, he's going to get it through. Because literally, as I was laying there, because I'm thinking, okay, I've been up doing publishing content and everything else, and the message was, you wake up and I need you to go sit in that seat and you go say this right now. And the longer I laid there, the more it started to fade away, which led me to believe that, okay, when I'm saying, God, if you choose me, I'm gonna do what you need me to do at the time that you need me to do it, then I can't lay there and say, okay, I can't put the message out because I'm tired. It has to be done regardless of the fact. So that's why you get little glitches in the system when the light's off and then the light's on, because guess what, I had to get it out of my brain, and the longer, like, I just had to be obedient. And sometimes it's hard to be obedient when you're tired. Okay, but guess what? You got to get up. So God is saying, focus. I need to show you something. Okay, so, hold on. You don't know your own strength until it's tested. So going through a major battle, and maybe you didn't think that you could do it, but guess what? You here and you still standing. You didn't die. I mean, you felt like you wanted to several different times, but either way, you still here. So having courage, passion, subtle power, persuasion, influence, and you not realizing that your power you're pushing is showing other people that it can be done. Your strength is showing people that it can be done. So also focusing, and it's funny because these two cards are about focus. So focus and compassion. So this card right here, make sure that you're not focusing so hard on something else that you're not missing something, okay? Or making sure that you're not focusing so hard on something that you're not closed to new ideas, or that you're not closing yourself off to new ideas. So meditation, contemplation, apathy, revelation, restlessness, discontent, boredom. Okay, so the only part that was important to me on that was like revelation, things being revealed to you. Things being revealed to you when it's time. So although the message is being sent, somebody is really urgently trying to get this message through to you. But also maybe, because right here is a message coming from divine and you're not paying attention. So I keep getting, maybe you need to meditate. Maybe you need to just sit and think on it. Maybe that's where your third eye comes in at. Because like I said, it's not seeing with your physical eyes. It's seeing with your third eye, your mind's eye, what's happening here. Yeah, but either way, that's still there, and it's over bad health, which is giving me, so your soulmate connections in bad health because of whatever's happening, and you focus on the things that you've been focusing on. So also you may be being misdirected, meaning it's a distraction. So you're focused on the distraction. Somebody's doing it intentionally. Like I said, me being held up through the divorce, it's a distraction. Somebody did it intentionally. But it was because maybe, you know, for their own benefit, but it's not for your benefit. God's trying to show you something different. So making sure that that's just not your focus. And so that right there with me, I decided to focus on the things that were going to build me later, you know. At this point, I keep telling y'all I'm doing, you know, content creation because of what happened. I got in a car accident back in March, which took me out of work, doing what I was doing in my business. So now this was the way, because I couldn't do anything else. So I now have to focus on full-time content creating. And although the channel that I'm content creating on, some of them are not monetized, but I'm building them. So I'm having to put in a lot of work there. So that could also pertain to this part too. I'm having to put in a lot of work there. And if you're watching this, could you please go and subscribe to Golden Girl 302? I mean, it would help me greatly. And I have a lot of Pisces that watch the Pisces readings. So if you would help me in that way, that would be greatly appreciated, because normally I get, like, lately it's been 1,000 views on that. If I could get 1,000 of y'all just to go over there and to just hit the subscribe button, that would greatly help me. And yeah, it's not going to cost you anything. It's just taking the time. So please, because I take my time out for you, and I'm not doing it for, you know, anything, so you don't have to just because I'm saying this, but I would appreciate it if you would, because it would help me out. And I don't mind taking the time out for you to come and do these readings or anything else. I'm being very much obedient. So please be reciprocal of the energy. That would be greatly, you know, helpful of me. You don't even got to watch the channel. Just give me a subscribe, please. And I would be greatly appreciated. God would see your finger. Okay? So thank you. All right, we got the Four of Pentacles here. So being mindful, you may be having to save money right now, or being very frugal in your spending. And so that might be a slowdown that happened because, okay, things are now a lot slower and you're not making $20,000 a month or whatever. And now you're making a lower income because you're in a change or in a different cycle, or you're moving, you're doing something different, okay, going in a different direction. But either way, just making sure that you are being smart in your spending, okay? Being smart in your spending habits. Also, knowing how money and energy works is important here. So not being stingy, because also you have to remember that money is flow, equal give and take. It's the thing. So the affirmation for that is, every dime that I spend gets sent right back to me. So the money that you're spending gets brought right back to you. So you're not spending on things that are reckless, even though the money comes back to you, but you're doing the things that are necessary to move you to the next level also. We got a Queen of Swords here, being very careful. And I don't know about careful, but apparently being very careful. So that might be important too in what you do. But I was going to say being very clear in your actions, your attitude, your values, your communication, whatever you have to say, building boundaries and letting people know that this is what I'm going to do, this is not what I'm going to do. This is what I am, this is not what I am. So creating clear boundaries, a clear mind, being very perceptive. So more communication happening here, which is giving me the feeling like things being uncovered. So soon, whatever is being blocked, you will eventually get. Oh, what was important? I don't know if I said this already, but your mailbox, your social media mailbox. So making sure that, because for some reason I started getting messages that when I moved from the place that I moved from in 2010, I literally just got messages from then. So checking your spam box, checking your received mail, Instagram, Facebook, Messenger, all those things, go check them. Because I got messages that a person was trying to, you know, apologize to me back in 2010. And literally I just now seen it, and I told the person, like, I'm not even there. The person said the same thing to me, like, I'm not even that person anymore. So they don't even remember what they said, but I got the message. So, and even like on Instagram, a person was sending me messages and I didn't get the message. And I'm looking for the messages to see what they were talking about. And then I ended up finding them, and it was a shitload of like stuff that they were sending. So, and I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, why didn't I see that? All right, so right here you have options, choices, things that you have to, and opportunities. So things that you may have to sort out. And also it could be wishful thinking. So thinking that you got all these choices and you don't. You got this choice and that choice. So there is stuff being presented to you, but you need to make a decision on it, okay? So step back and take the time to, and that's giving me meditation vibes again, reevaluate, think about what are the options. And like I said, God has already shown me these options. You do this or you do that. If this happens, you do this. If this happens, you do that. That's it. That's all. So being ahead of the game. And also, I feel like to say that you got option A, option B, but don't ever not put in the what if plan. Okay. All right. So we have open your heart and receive the emotions around you. So opening your heart to the love, opening your heart to the emotions. So they just want you to open your heart and not be closed off to, because you could be jaded by whatever situations that you just went through. Like when people start doing stuff, even with the dark night of the soul, it can make you not want to go around people ever again in life. Because you can't trust them. People trying to mess with your food. People trying to mess with your life. People trying to take your life. People trying to do this. People trying to do that. People trying to take your just make you very much unstable. And then Now you want me to trust them people? Yes. Yes, because everybody's not the same, and everybody needs their own time, okay, to be whatever it is they gonna be, or do whatever it is they gonna do. But if you trust in God, then you trust that God ain't gonna bring none of these other people, those people around you anymore. If you trust in yourself and your discernment, then you know that you're not gonna fall for the snares and the traps of the devil or the enemy anymore. You're just gonna move on into life doing the things that you need to do with the people that you need to move into life with. So believe in your personal power, okay, Pisces. This is the end of the reading. Believe in yourself, and then this is a great card to end off with. So planning, progress, making decisions, discovery, and I want to say destiny along with that, leaving home, travel plans, happiness, attainment, goals, foresight, your life's purpose, the things that you are meant to do, the things that you feel in your heart, your soul, your mind, your body, your spirit, that this is where I'm being guided, this is where I'm being led, this is why everything happened the way it happened, and knowing that it's going to turn out for the greatest good, okay? Because God wants you to be great. He don't want you to be mediocre. It's us that holds ourselves back. So we have to kind of, keep pushing forward even when we don't see the plan, or we don't see, because like I said, this all started by not getting the message, things not being translated properly. Maybe you're not transmuting, because I just said that. So maybe you're not transmuting the energy properly, because I was out grounding the other day. So taking and using all your tools is what's important. Using your third eye, trusting your intuition, trusting your discernment. And I know that's big and tarot. Y'all probably getting tired of hearing it, but guess what? It's the best thing there is. You are the guide. You are the architect of your own life, Pisces. You are the person who has to put one foot in front of the other every day. You're the person that has to wake up and put into action. You're the person that has to do the work. So no matter what I sit here and tell you, you still got to do it for yourself. And yes, I can help you navigate through this, but if some of the messages are not being delivered properly, then it's up for you to figure out which parts are and which parts are not, okay? So Pisces, this is the reading. Hopefully it helps. Thank you guys for coming to my channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And Pisces, go with God.